what's good, Nest Gang? Welcome back to my channel. If you're a new viewer, what's good? Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe button and be a part of Nest Gang, because Nest Gang is the best gang of all gangs. If you're a loyal subscriber, you know that that is not how I usually start my intros. I'm more excited and stuff, but today I got some stuff going on and I need to get this off of my chest because I got stuff to say and I need to get it off my chest now while it's fresh. So this is a part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, I need you to watch it for this video to make sense. But basically this is the story time of how did they not give me my sweet and sour sauce? Be right back. Got my ranch fixes everything. But anyways, so there's some tea to this story. It's some juicy tea, and I'll tell y'all at the end of this video after the story time is over. But anyways, so I left off telling y'all how my dad choked me up. Let's do a recap. So basically, I got a boyfriend. My parents wasn't happy. My mother switched things up a little bit, so my dad thought that I was this horrible child. So when I went there, he was acting funny towards me, broke my phone, choked me up, and now my sister's involved. So now we're to the point where my sister had called him, confronted him about the situation, and he denied it. So he called his friend or whoever to give him advice on what to do because my sister told him that she was calling the police. So I'm shook because my dad now told me to get ready. We're going in the car. We're going for a ride. And I'm terrified because there's no way for me to contact my sister. I believe she said that she was going to try to be on her way. And I'm like, well, how are you going to be on your way if we're leaving, you know? So there was no way for me to tell my sister what was going on. But we're driving around for a little while and it's mad dark. Like I said, it's about 11 o'clock and the car stops. He parks. I'm looking around, all I see is buildings and stuff and like a vacant parking lot. So we're going up to this building, right? He's not even saying nothing to me, y'all, so I'm even more scared because I'm like, what does this man got going on? We go upstairs and he's talking to some people. And guess where we're at, y'all? We're at the police station. So he's talking to a police officer and he's telling her this is the situation. He told her how I'm having a hard time dealing with the switch, with moving, how it was the best decision that him and my mother had made, and I was being disrespectful and disobedient, and that all he wants is my iPod. Mind you, my dad is a finesser. I told y'all this already. Like, he's got a good mouthpiece. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I've never been in trouble with the law or anything before. So police scares me. Like, I don't know what to expect. I just know that I cannot go to jail. So this lady comes out and she walks up to me and she's like, excuse me, miss, I'm gonna need you to hand over your iPod to your father. I'm like, what? It's mine. He didn't even pay for it because he didn't. I got it as a gift from James, my ex-boyfriend. And then the lady was like, oh, is that true? And he was like, come here real quick, come here real quick. He told the lady to step aside. He started talking to her, whispering something, I don't know, but then she walked back to me and she was like I said, I'm gonna need you to hand over the iPod to him. And I was like, bro, what the F? So I just stood quiet. And she was like, if you don't hand over the iPod to him, I'm going to have to call security and we're going to have to take it from you. After a couple minutes of stalling, she's like ready to call the fucking guy. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. So I took it out of my pants and I handed it to her. And he was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate it. I've been needing this iPod. Da, 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 da. She's like, yeah, good luck with her. And he's like, yeah, so I was thinking about like boot camp or something, like some type of program to teach a lesson. Like, do you guys have those? And I don't remember what the lady said, but I was so freaking hurt. Like, I felt like I was lost. I was alone. My dad had took my iPod and there was gonna be no way that I could even get a hold of my people anymore. Like, I don't know what to expect. I was so scared for my life. So my dad's over here thinking of putting me in boot camp, and I don't even need boot camp. They just treated me all types of crazy. So we leave the place, right? I'm crying because I am so helpless, hopeless, like I don't know what to do. So we drive back home, right? And guess who's in the parking lot? This is nasty. My sister is in the parking lot bawling her eyes out. It's cold outside and everything. You could tell like she just left the house how it was. Like, she probably just packed up the kids and put them in the car and shot out. She like comes to the car. My dad was like, what the F? And I was like, my eyes got big because I did not expect her to pop up. So I didn't even think he parks. I think my sister walks in front of the car and she was like, get out the car, get out the car, talking to my dad. And he's like, Whitney, what's going on? She's like, did you touch her? Did you touch her? And my dad's like, keep trying to talk to her, and she's like, not even trying to hear. She's like, did you touch my sister? Are you okay? Are you okay? And then I just started bawling because I was like, oh my god, my sister came to save me. Like, I'm like hella emotional. She's like, did you put your hands on her? I called the police. I called the police and they're on their way. Da 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 da. And my dad was like, I just came from the police station. We just went there. And then I was like, oh my god. He went to the police station to cover his ass so that it's on file that he came up there and he already told them what was going on, da 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 da. So it made me look bad, like he was trying to cover his ass. So anyway, my sister's pissed. She's like, you're dead to me, you're a deadbeat, why would you put your hands on your sister, blah 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 blah. I was like, Whitney, call my mom, call my mom, let her know what's happening. I'm thinking my mom's gonna be like, what the f, you put your hands on my daughter? Because he used to put hands on her. So I'm thinking she's gonna be like, oh hell no, da 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 da, right? So my sister calls her. She's like telling her what's going on. She's like, oh, your mom wants to talk to you. So she hands me the phone. And I'm telling my mom I'm crying and stuff. And you know what this mother effer says? Well, you're with your dad now. You didn't want to listen to me. So you got to stay there. I just told you that he said he didn't care if I left the house in a box that he choked me up. And this is what you gotta tell me? Wow. I was like, okay, you're dead to me too. Like, this is messed up. I can't even, like, why is this happening to me? Like, I didn't do anything to deserve this. So I'm about to start getting emotional. I never get emotional when I tell story times, but okay. Okay, so the police finally show up. They pull us all to the side to see everybody's story straight. I'm crying and I was like, yeah, he put his hands on me. He was choking me in the bathroom. He lifted me up by my neck. I was terrified. I opened the door for him, even though he said that he was gonna kill me. He was about to break the door down. Like, I seen the wood go in. Like, if he would have banged a couple more times, it would have lifted. And it was like, oh, for real, okay. So then they're like taking a flashlight, looking at my neck, and then they go into the apartment and they're like searching the apartment for shit. After they got our stories, they talked together, and then they came back to us. They came back to me or whatever, and they was like, well, there's nothing that we could do because he's a parent. There's nothing we could do because this happens all the time where the kids are disobedient with their parents. And then, like, who are we to step in the way of the way parents parent their children? We checked your neck and you don't have any bruises, and we checked the house and the door is fine. And I was like, are you serious? I was like, did you push it in? Like, you gotta push it in. Like, you gotta, y'all are not looking hard enough. I swear to you that the freaking wood came up. He was banging that hard. And it was like, no, fortunately we can't verify your story. So, I mean, we just gotta stay with your dad. My sister's bawling her eyes out because she wanted to take me. She's like, she can't come with me, like, at least till, like, it settles down a little bit or something. Like, this literally just happened tonight, a couple hours ago. And they're like, no, if her parents are saying that she has to stay here, then she has to stay here. And my dad was, like, all cocky in the side. He was like, so I have to work. Like, I work a lot. And, like, what happens if she, like, tries to get away or something or sneak out? They looked at me like, well, are you? And I was like, no. I just looked away like I had an attitude. And it was like, well, if she says no, I mean, there's nothing we could do. Like, we're not babysitters. We're not gonna sit here and make sure that she don't go nowhere. But I mean, if she is like that, then you guys might have to think of something more serious, like boot camp or some other type of program for her, if that's your worries, if she's really a trouble child. So my dad's against me, my mom's against me, the freaking police are against me, like, the whole world is against me, and I am 15, 16 tops. There's nothing that I could do. I'm thinking about getting emancipated and stuff. My sister's like, I'm so sorry. Like, we're gonna look on how to get emancipated from your parents because this is messed up. I feel like I failed you. I'm so sorry. Like, she was crying and, like, hugging me. We were both sad. Like, we were so upset. Basically, the police told her she had to go. So she's like, I'm so sorry. I really tried. And I was just crying because now, like, how am I gonna talk to her? She was just like, try to talk to me as much as you can, however you can. And I was like, okay. I go home he still didn't say nothing to me or anything. So days passed by, right? And I'm just letting it cool off. But my dad does leave, and when he leaves all day. So I'm just paying attention to the time on the TV, and I'm looking at the hallways to see what's going on. I'm trying to peep the scenery and everything. Like, it was like a movie type of thing. So one day I got really brave, and I was like, bro, I cannot do this. Like, this cannot be it. This could not be the wave. Like, this could not be my life right now. So one day when he's not home and he's at work, I run down the hall downstairs to that one lady's house that was supposed to be my babysitter, keeping an eye out on me. So I knocked on her door. I made it seem like everything was all good, everything was cool, just like the last time. She's like, oh, come in, come in, come in. Do you want something to drink? I was like, no, can I just use your computer, because I haven't talked to my mom in a long time. Whatever I told her. She was like, of course, here, come be on it. So I'm over here talking to my boyfriend and my sister at the same time, and I'm like letting them know what's going on. And then they're like, yo, we gotta figure out a plan to get you out of there, like get you back home type stuff. My boyfriend was a real MVP at the time, because he was just like really trying to get me back. He's like, that's messed up, why are you going to this? This is like beyond effed up. I told my mom about it. She's mad. Mind you, me and his mom were never like close. Like, we were never like a thing, because she always felt like I was taking her son away from him. But anyway, that's besides the point. So he's like, I told my mom about it. She's mad. She wants to know how she could help, da 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 da. So long story short, we formed a plan that one of these days when he goes to work, she's gonna pick me up, and then she's gonna drop me off at a Greyhound. She's like, we gotta do it as soon as he leaves, like really early, so that nobody has no idea, and by the time people figure out that you're gone, you'll already be there. So the plan was for me to take a Greyhound back home, but not all the way there, just in case they were waiting for me there. It was like a couple cities away from Grand Rapids, and James' mom was to pick me up there. I didn't know what the plan was after that. That's all I know. That was all I was worried about, because I wasn't trying to die in the process. So we made that plan, and we made it solid in that one day. She's like, okay, I'm gonna pick you up at this street, so you gotta make sure that you're out there, because we gotta do this quick. Like, you can't get seen by anybody. Make sure you're outside at this time. I'll be there. I was like, okay, bet. I got everything together that night. My dad was there. I felt so scared. My heart was beating so fast. Like, oh my god, I hope this goes through. Like, we're crazy to think about this. So my dad left to go to work like always, and then I was so scared to leave. I was like debating, should I go, should I not, should I go, should I not? And then I was like, well, what if my sister's not outside? What if he sees me? And then eventually I just said F it, and then I just ran down with my bags. I ran down the hall, I ran outside, and my sister was where she said she would be. So she takes me to the Greyhound. She told me to be safe, to keep my head down, make sure I contact her as soon as possible, and all of that stuff. So I get on the Greyhound. I meet with James's mom. I see James. We're happy to see each other. See his mom, and I'm like, I'm so thankful. Like, thank you so much. Because she didn't want to do it at first. It took a whole bunch of convincing, and he had to threaten to like dead her if she didn't do it. But yeah, so we finally got her to do it, because you could go to jail for like taking somebody else's kids. Like, you could get into big trouble for kidnapping. So I was thinking that I was gonna go back to their house and then live with them for a while and figure something out till I finished high school. But his mom was like, no, I'm already breaking the law right now. Like, she could not come to my house. That's the first place that they're gonna look. They were doing research or whatever, and they found this place called something, but it was a place where kids go when they're having problems with their parents. It's for runaways. I didn't feel comfortable with it, but I was like, I'm already here. So while she's trying to admit me, the person at the desk is like asking her all these questions, like, oh, are you her parent? And she's like, no, but like, I'm her guardian, like I'll sign for her parent. And it was like, I'm sorry, like her real parents have to come up here and sign it, or give us consent on the phone that she could even be admitted here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not supposed to know where I am. Like, I hope that they think that I died or something. So I'm like crying, because like James' mom not letting me go with her, and I already came all this way and stuff. Like, I was so shook. Long story short, I had to get a hold of them. I wasn't comfortable with doing that because it was just so new and so fresh. I didn't feel like doing that yet. So there was like look, we can't let you come in without consent. Like legally we can get in big trouble, because then that's like we're kidnapping. But I understand your situation, so we could let you stay here, but you can't come in. Like you have to stay in the lobby, and we'll bring you blankets so that you're comfortable, but that's it. I was like, oh, my boyfriend can't stay, and they was like, no, you have to be by yourself. So I was so shook. It was so new. I'm just here with my bags trying to figure everything out. I don't know what happened, but I just knew that we was gonna try to make up a plan. So James was like, just stay here, I'll be back tomorrow as soon as I get out of school or whatever, and then we're gonna figure this out. So I was like, okay. And then the next day they came back to get me. Long story short, I had to call my parents. So I was like, you know what, let me just call my mom. The people actually called her. They was like, we could call her and we could talk to her. So I was like, you guys do that. So I gave her the number. They're talking to her. I don't know what was said, but they're like, well, she wants to know she can be admitted here. And she's like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to talk to her dad because he's worried because she left there. I don't even know how she got to Michigan. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm scared, because I'm like, oh my god, they about to talk to my dad. Like, my dad's crazy. Long story short, my dad didn't want to. He was like volunteering to come drive all the way to Michigan to come pick me up and bring me back to Chicago, but somehow, some way, shape or form, they gave the consent so I could stay there. So blessed. I stood there and it was a great peace of mind, but I was really irritated because it really felt like a boot camp anyways, because we had a bedtime and they had people monitoring the rooms, making sure that nobody left, and like there was certain things that you couldn't do. When you made a phone call, it was only certain people that were allowed to be on the phone call list, and your phone call list had to be approved by your parents. So I couldn't put my boyfriend on the list. I had my parents on there, and then I had my sister, I believe. And then when you're talking on the phone to somebody, there's another person in the room monitoring what the hell you're talking about. So my sister would like call James and then like put us on a three-way and talk, and I would just have to like be careful with what I was saying, and it was so hard to tell them like what was going on, but they were still trying to figure out the situation and stuff. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all. How could I forget? So when I ran away, after a couple hours, you know, my dad was supposed to be back or whatever, so he's looking for me and I'm not there. So he's calling around. He called my sister. My sister answered so nothing would be suspicious, and she was like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know where my sister is, blah 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 blah. And that was it. So he called my mom and he let her know, and they were worried sick about me or whatever, and they called the police, and that's how I got on an Amber Alert, because they didn't know what happened to me. And mind you, I was living in the projects with my dad, so anything could have happened. So that's how I was on an Amber Alert. So yeah, so I went to that place. I was there for a while until I couldn't take it anymore. So that was a story time about how I was on an Amber Alert. My dad was crazy. Mom was crazy. I had deaded him for the longest after that. I was like, I'm done with you, like you're done. Like I tried to dead my mom, but you know, I'm only 16, so I have to have her. I wanted to do the emancipation process, but I didn't know where I was gonna be, and I was just really scared to do that. So I never fell through with it. But now, after like a long time went by, I just kind of forgave him. Like it was whatever, there was nothing I could do about it. I'm still young. I'm just glad that I'm back home. So I went back home, and then I was like, it was regular or whatever. But then shit started hitting the fan again once I was 17, because I got kicked out, and then that's when all those story times happened. So yeah, that's that story. And now for the tea. I'm about to get real petty and personal, because bitches think that they got some type of say in my life. Like bitches are so bold and they love to be in everybody's business except for their own. It's crazy, right? So anyways, I filmed the first part yesterday, which these videos probably won't be out until a couple of days later because I gotta edit them. But I filmed yesterday and I was updating you guys, like pre-promoting the video, letting you guys know that here is the video. Let me just insert the snaps that I posted. Okay y'all, so I just got done filming a mukbang / story time of when I was on an Amber Alert. And if you've been keeping up with my story times and stuff, I told you guys that I would tell you guys that story eventually, and I had nothing to talk about except for that. So I went ahead and filmed it. I just got done filming it. I'm going to try to edit it tonight and have it out by tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Right, so after I posted that, I got a message from somebody on Snapchat. I don't even know who the @ that was, but if you guys have me on Snapchat, I respond randomly. So I was going through my snaps like I usually do every now and then, and someone was like, why would you lie? You wasn't on no Amber Alert. And I was like, I was gonna go off, but I was like, you know what, this is probably a child, so I'm gonna let them live. And I was just like, how are you gonna tell me? How are you gonna tell me what happened to me? Then I just left it at that. I was like, you know what, whatever. Then this morning, a source was like, yo, these two people are having a conversation about you and it's bad. And I was like, oh, word, for real? What they talking about? So this person tells me what they talking, or what they was talking about. And I was like, oh, what the F? Like, are you serious? I was like, you know what? Hold up. Hold the F up. Because that person is somebody who I had cut off and blocked a couple months ago. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna tell you guys, because I like to give details and I don't want to leave anything out, and I want to do it in order so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So I go back to my Snapchat to try to find that person who said that about me the day before, and luckily that person was in my recents. Like, it was only like 5 snaps down, and it was a screenshot of them and my mom's messages. So I'm gonna call this person Maya. Okay, so Maya sent me a screenshot of her and my mother's conversation. So Maya messaged her, was Vanessa ever on an Amber Alert? Oh, I'm gonna have the screenshot right here. No, why? And then she's like, her new video is talking about being on an Amber Alert. Mind you, she deleted some messages in between those messages to make it look like she wasn't talking shit, but she was talking shit because I have my mother's password on my laptop because she gave it to me for this freaking baby shower. So I went through the messages to get the tea, and the tea was hot. So she said, you forget I know your whole family, Nessa. I'm gonna let you get your views. It's just a shame it's based on a lie. Shake my head. You are an amazing person, Vanessa. You don't have to lie for fame. So instead of going off, I screenshotted it and I blocked the hoe. So I'm mad. I get defensive when I'm right my mom. Before I continue, let me tell you about Maya. So Maya was one of my brother's side hoes. She was like some stripper. She was like going through some stuff. She's always been going through some things, and she was just one of those girls, right? We was cool, but like I was cool with all his hoes, all his girls, or whatever, because they was nice to me. I don't know if they was trying to be nice to me to get to my brother and make my brother like them more. I don't freaking know. But yeah, that was it. That was all. There was nothing deeper than that. Maya had disappeared for a long time, just like everybody else. Like, I don't keep tab on people. Like, people come in and out of my life, in and out of his life. It's life, right? So she was MIA, and then boom, my brother had passed away. RIP. I did a story time on that, if you didn't know. But my brother passed away, and here Maya comes, like, oh my gosh, sis. She started calling me sis. She started saying family. Like, she was talking about how she was in the family and this, that, the third, how she looks at us like family. And I'm like, you know what, who am I to like take that away from you? You feel like we're family, then okay. So she's over here like, oh my god, I be watching your videos, girl. That's so cool what you do. She's like, oh, you don't understand how famous you are. People out here be talking about you and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's my sister. Da, 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 da. Like, claiming me. right. So I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the miscarriage prank that I did on my boyfriend 3-4 months ago. So I did a miscarriage prank, which I had hate from it in the beginning, and then it died down, and then it just went viral because people started posting it. But when I first had posted it, this girl Maya had the nerve to try to check me in my DMs. On August 24th is when she messaged me, and on August 24th is when she got blocked. So y'all don't think I'm lying. I'm gonna put the messages right here. Maya said, you're going too far for views. Honestly, I'm disgusted to even support this anymore. Have fun joking about your baby dying to help you get famous. Grow up. It's not something to joke about, especially being pregnant. It's not funny. If you don't realize that, well, then you really need to open your eyes to reality and grow up. And if your boyfriend thinks it's funny, he's not ready to be a father. Other people could support you on this, but I'm definitely not a fan. Completely beyond disappointed in you. I'm pregnant, by the way. I don't find this funny at the least. And then that's when I said, stuff happens, might as well follow and subscribe them, because there will be plenty more, period. Straight to the point. Like, you're not about to come in my DM and talk crazy to me. Like, losing a follow, losing somebody is gonna affect me. Like, no, it's not. It does not faze me. I promise you, sis. So left it at that, right? After I had sent that, she was like, that's fine, I already unsubscribed, I'm about to block you, or I'm about to unfollow you. So I blocked her. So I'm thinking like it's cool, like she about to go on with her life, I'm about to continue with mine. So I'm looking through my comments on YouTube like I always do. I always go through the comments and tell me why Maya is in the comments talking crazy. I was like, oh my god, this girl is crazy. You supposed to have blocked me. Why a couple days later I find you in my comments? That means you was lurking hella hard. You wanted to know what people had to say. So anyways, I just blocked her. You know what? Be gone. Bye. Shoo. So I blocked her on there. Then around the time that I did that prank is when the time I started doing the story times about my life story and stuff. So me and my mom was going at it and stuff. If you guys seen the story times, and you guys know. And it was just like a tough time because it was a big pill for people to swallow, that I had went through those things and that I had felt that way. You know, instead of apologizing to me, they wanted apologies and stuff like that. So things was rocky. But then boom, I got pregnant, and I told everybody that I was pregnant. I told my mom. She been wanting me to be pregnant for a long time because my nephew, my brother's son, is not in her life, and I knew that she was gonna be happy about it. So I told her the last time I went to go see my sister because she didn't want anything to do with me, and I had already booked a flight to Michigan to spend time with my sister. And I was like, you know what, if I let her know the news, things would probably go smooth and we could probably squash everything and just start over. So I told her that I was pregnant, and she was so happy. She just said, my boyfriend's mad at you and da 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 da. And I was like, okay, whatever. She wanted an apology, but I could not give that to her because I'm not sorry for what I've been through or how I felt. So after that, people started sucking my dick, guys. Like, my family was calling my line, hitting me up like we just been the best of friends, like trying to like see if I'm okay or whatever. Like, I was thinking me and my mom was gonna like do better. Like, we were on the phone like literally last night talking about the baby shower and stuff. We was on the phone for like an hour or two. We've been having long phone calls, right? So my mom always brings up like my brother's old friends and stuff. So sometime last month, we're in December, so sometime in November, we was talking and was having one of those long phone calls about my brother's friends. And then I was like, yo, speaking of his friends, let me tell you about Maya. She's like, oh, what about Maya? And I was like, this person said this, that, the third, and basically what I told y'all is what I told her. And she was like, oh, for real? Nah, she needs to stop that. That's crazy. And I was like, word. So I'm thinking like, okay, whatever, it's whatever. Like, she not gonna mess with her because she messing with her daughter. You feel me? So that was it. But let me tell you something. When I saw these messages, yo, y'all gonna be pissed too. So after my source had told me how she was talking to Maya about bad things, I was like, you know what? I'm so glad that my mother had gave me her password because I need to see what's going on. So I was like, you know what? Let me do my research. I put everything else on the screen. I might as well just put this on the screen too. So I'm fired up because just the message of Maya asking my mother if I was ever on an Amber Alert just pissed me off. Because why are you worried about it? You're supposed to be a blocked hoe. Why are you still lurking? Why are you looking for answers? And then for my mom to say no. Like, did you really forget? I hope she didn't forget about it and she just didn't want to explain herself or anything and have to deal with the past, because honey, this ain't misbelief. I cannot fake this story. Like, why would I do that? But anyways, I was looking, she was talking stuff, and those messages alone pissed me off. But then I was like, you know what, let me scroll a little bit further to see their conversation. So on August 30th, my mother hits her up talking about, hey sweetheart. This is 6 days after me and her had got into it, and the blocking and everything happened before my mother had reached out to her. My mother did not know at the time that me and her was getting into it, because I didn't tell her until September, October, November-ish, in one of those months. So it just pissed me off. You know what, let me just get into the screenshot. So my mom says, hey sweetheart. She says hi. She says, how you been? How you been? Blah blah blah. There's a lot of small talk. So my mom's letting her know that she missed her and she's upset that she didn't get to link up with her, blah blah blah. And then she's like, make sure you call me. So she's like, okay, same number. They're over here talking like they're the best of friends. And she said, Vanessa won't be around, will she? Girl, Vanessa too busy for her mom. Gonna be a grandmother, you know that. And she said, yes, I know. I'm so upset with her and I'm happy for her, but very disappointed in her. And then my mom's like, did you see her silly butt on Facebook? Not what happened, why, whatever. Okay, cool. But she said, did you see her silly butt on Facebook? And then Maya's like, girl, Facebook, YouTube, ain't all. She making me sick. Coming for her daughter, guys. She's coming for her daughter. My mom want to respond. Yes, tell me about it. She's selfish and disrespectful. She was talking about me. Did you see that? Maya says, the way she talks about you and the family in this stupid miscarriage prank, and I hate Xavier with a passion. She's using the baby for fame. What, bitch? And then she's like digging her grave. Like, if somebody's talking about my daughter, even comfortable enough talking about my daughter, no matter what she's going through, disrespecting her, to me, you're gonna have a new ass. We're gonna have to build you a new ass, because I'm whooping that ass. Because, bro. Anyways, and my mom, she's still venting to this girl, talking about in my relations. That was so evil of her. She's talking about how she shows her boyfriends over me in the story times. Maya's like, yep, I seen that, and I told her she should be ashamed of herself. All for damn views and fame. It's a damn shame. Mom's like, yeah, at least you see what I see. Siding with this hoe. Maya's like, of course I do, because I know you and I know her. She's putting on a mask like she had a horrible life, and it just makes me sick. First of all, who puts on, I don't know what other person you seen that's lying about their life. I'm gonna need them to stop, because this motherfucker coming at me crazy like I really have something to lie about. Why? No, I'm motivating other people who are going through the same thing. I'm letting them know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, even if you don't think so. I've had thousands of messages telling me thank you for telling the story times. I paused the story times for a long time because it's so crazy what happened, and I just felt like I put so much out there already, so I just stopped it. But I'm going to keep going, because what happened to me is just crazy. I don't gotta lie for anybody. I would not lie for anybody. I would never do anything for views. I didn't get pregnant for views. I'm not posting about the baby for views. This is my life. Whether you guys want to watch it or not, that's your problem. But Maya is clearly pressed that she's broke and has no life, because she's all up on me. Ain't you pregnant, boo? Didn't you just say that you're pregnant? Worry about your own baby. Don't worry about me. Anyways, my mom says Grecia wants to live with her, me, in Texas. I'm afraid I'm going to lose her. Talking about my little sister. Maya's like, she brainwashed her for fame too, but Grecia is too smart for that. My mom says, yes, she made us look very bad, and I agree. My man is very upset with her. He won't talk to her. So let's talk about that. I don't even know why she brought that up. Like, this is high school stuff. Anyways, her boyfriend, I'm not even gonna get into there. That's gonna come in the story times, but he was mad at me. He was talking about how I'm dead to him, all of this stuff, rah rah rah. So mad that I made these story times about my mother, and then boom, I announced that I was pregnant, and now niggas hitting my phone, calling my phone every day, trying to have a relationship. But I know I don't forget nothing. So this is when she's like, he won't talk to her. So she knew what was going on. She knew that he was being petty. She knew that he was talking stuff. But anyways, Maya says, I wouldn't talk to her either. I straight up told her I refused to support her. My mom says when she comes here, she gets her sister in all for videos. I wasn't here last time and she recorded me. Did you see that? She thinks everything's a joke. So remember, I told y'all already how I had booked a flight out there. A company literally paid me to fly out to see my sister so that we could make videos. That is a blessing. Who do you know who has that opportunity? What company is sending y'all hoes flights to go visit your loved ones? I'll wait. Okay. And Maya's like, oh yeah, girl, I've seen it all. And I could tell you were hurt when you saw her. Okay. My mom said she changed so much. I hardly know her, but God bless her always. And the baby. Maya's like, I pray for her, but I do not support her. Mondo would kill her 3 times if he seen this. First of all, bitch, do not talk about my brother. Do not bring my brother into this. If my brother knew that this was going on, he would slap you. He would slap the F out of you and tell you to get over yourself because you being hella petty. Like, who are you? Who gives you the right? Like, this is so weird. Like, y'all are some weirdos. My brother would threaten to kill you. You really doing too much, ho. Stay in your lane. So that's not enough. Like, they're still going. That's what's like killing me. Like, they're still going. They're still talking about me. Like, that's like, it just blows my mind. So she sent me either I refuse to see her videos. I heard she made one about Mondo, my brother who passed away, and I told y'all the story about what happened. Maya, because she's a fan, she watches every little move, she said, yes, I did, and none of it seemed sincere. Don't watch it. That's when my disappointment started. I lied about my brother dying. I lied about what happened. I lied about my feelings towards my brother. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Are you sick? What? Who does, like... And then why would you tell my mom? Why is my mom going back and forth with you? She said, I guess she was going to make one about if Mondo's son was really his. Remember that part 2? If you guys been keeping up, remember I said I was making a part 2? Remember that? Maya's like, oh man, that boy's definitely Mondo's. He looks just like him. Because so-and-so, which is the baby mama, was acting funny according to Nessa. According to Vanessa's words, so-and-so was acting funny. So Vanessa was trying to see if that was really Mondo's son. Maya says, I talked to so-and-so. She acts funny with Vanessa because of the way she is on social media. So it's my fault. I'm the reason why nobody could see my nephew. Right? So let me tell you something before I go on. This is what made me so mad. My jaw dropped because I'm like, are you really trying to throw me under the bus right now when you was the one talking about how you wanted to do a DNA test? You kept telling me to reach out to so-and-so so that we could see him, and then you could do that stupid DNA test. So it wasn't your idea? So when we was on the phone a couple days ago and you brought it up again, that was me? Okay. All right, cool. All right, let y'all tell it. I'm a horrible person, I'm disrespectful, and I'm full of shit. Okay, cool. Let me continue. Then my mom's like, oh, he's so handsome. She's talking about my nephew and stuff. Small talk. Maya is trying to like comfort her and be like, yes, that's your grandson. Like, it looks just like him. What Vanessa says, that's your grandson. Even though it wasn't even Vanessa's idea. Then she's like, oh, I miss all of Mondo's friends. They don't come around. I miss you especially. And she's like, oh, I miss you too. Blah blah blah. More small talk. Not even worth this video. She's calling her mom and stuff, and my mom's like calling her daughter basically. She's like, oh, I miss you too. She's like, if you need anything, especially when I get my own home in the near future, doors are always open, and never forget that. Is this the same home that you was telling me about last month, that you wanted me to leave my house to go move there so that you could be a part of my child's life, me and my child, because you'll do anything for me and my child? Me and my child. Is this the house that you were trying to convince me to go live with you in? This is the house that you got open doors for this hoe? Okay, then that was pretty much it. Their conversation was all August 30th. Remember, I told you guys that I told my mom about Maya in like the later months. Like, I didn't tell her right away because what is she gonna do about it, you know? But when she brought her up, I was like, hey, like, this is what happened. Like, we not cool. So now I'm just sitting back like, so when I was telling you about Maya, you was acting like you didn't know anything. Like, my mom was just like, oh, for real? That's crazy. Like, she needs to stop. But little did I know that you was in her ear talking like you was on her side. Like, little did I know that you didn't F with me. Real mother like. But okay, so Maya, she already knows that my mother's on her side. I guess she's lurking. She ain't get over me. So she said, was Vanessa ever on an Amber Alert? My mom said no. Why, hun? Her new video is talking about being on an Amber Alert. As soon as she posted, I'm putting her on blast. I'm done with her lying. She makes the family look bad. Sis, you're putting me on blast? You are putting me on blast. Who are you? And you talk about the family look bad. You're not part of the damn family. You was never part of the family. You was a hoe. You stirring up drama for no reason. Get out of my life. Like, what are you doing? Stay over there. Worry about you and yours. So my mom, of course she didn't say nothing, because like, who am I, right? Who am I? I'm talking about who is she, but who am I? So then my mom was probably thinking like, oh snap, like, did she? Was she? Because then she was like, was this when she was little or older? Maya said both, like she knows. My mom says maybe when she ran away from home. And she's like, I guess. But if she was on an Amber Alert, it would be on Google. You could type her name in an Amber Alert and it would pop up. Shake my head. This girl would do anything for fame. Girlfriend, this girl would do anything for fame. I know you're upset with her. Just let it be. Me and her dad are doing the shower among other family members. I'm doing it for my granddaughter. Let me pause there. I know you have a problem with my daughter, but just let it blow over your head, because I got this baby shower going on that I'm putting together with her father, and I'm doing it for my granddaughter. Not for my daughter, for my granddaughter. I need to be a part of my granddaughter's life. Okay. I said, yeah, I'm upset with her, but that's awesome. Everybody's having girls. I'm having a girl too. Congrats, blah, blah, blah. A lot more chit chat. And then she's like, I love you. I'm going to bed at 5 a.m. Be safe. Talk to you later. God bless you, the family. The girl's like, I love you too. Good night. Like, if they are mother and daughter, why can everybody that comes into my mom's life have a relationship, a mother-daughter relationship with her, except for her own daughter? This is the reason why we not close now, because you put everybody in front of me. Like, I wasn't gonna make the dang video, but I think I have to make the dang video so that if something comes to light, y'all already know what the deal is, because I just showed y'all the screenshots, I showed y'all the receipts, I showed y'all everything, and I cannot wait for an explanation, because it just really blows my mind. Like, it's really affecting me. Like, I was driving and I was just bawling, because I'm like, dude, like, what? Like, why? Like, why are you still putting people in front of me? Why are you making strangers feel like they have a place to say anything about me or anything, regardless of what you feel like? Why can't you just affect the fact that you were wrong in the past? Why can't you just let it be? Why can't you just be there for me? For me. I don't want to keep going because I'm gonna really piss myself off, but I really had to tell y'all this because it's been just weighing on my mind heavily and I didn't want to leave out any details. But that is the story about how I was on an Amber Alert. Hope you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up for telling you guys another crazy story from my lifetime. Give it a thumbs up for telling y'all this crazy tea that's going on. Give it a thumbs up if you want to fight Maya, because I want to fight Maya on site. But I love you, Nessa gang. Make sure you comment your thoughts and stuff in the comments, because like I said, I'll be checking my comments. I'm gonna do a shout out real quick because I haven't did a shout out in a long time. You know what, before I do the shout out, I just can't get over it because my mom's birthday is in a couple of days and she was supposed to throw me a baby shower on the 13th of January, and I was gonna go all out. Like, I was gonna get her hair, nails, everything done, make her look slay, make her feel beautiful, make her feel like a woman, because like I feel like women deserve that. They should feel beautiful and all that stuff. They should get that done every now and then. So I was gonna do all of that, you know, as a token of my appreciation for trying to be a good grandmother already. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't there for me, but you trying to be there for my daughter. But now I'm like, damn, should I even go? Like, should I just cancel it? Like, are y'all really not shit? But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I was really trying. But whatever. So today's shout out goes to Liza. Shout out to you, girl, for showing so much love and support. Or if you guys want a shout out in my next video, all you gotta do is go to my Instagram, go to my last post and comment gang, so I know you came from my video, and I'll scroll through it and then I'll pick somebody and then I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna shout you out. But I'm out. I'm done ranting. I think I'm probably gonna go to sleep because feeling emotional and crying and all of that stuff is not good for me and the baby. So I'm just gonna probably put on some Netflix and go to sleep. But I love you guys again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.